Raab's in it to win it. Mid-season transfer. Housing. Hello, I'm your host Matthew Moody and welcome to today's episode of Property TV, where we delve into the last 20 years in housing and look at the revolver, the transfers, the tears, the sadness and the upsides of being a housing minister. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Property TV. Now do check out our page, I say this every week, but it is rather good. If you have not subscribed, then subscribe today. Click on the link below. Do not delay. Do not pass go. Click. That's the one. I'm waiting. Now, Alex Sharma has been replaced as the Housing Minister by Dominic Raab after spending less than 7 months in the role. Now, this may sound preposterous, but this is nothing new. In fact, the revolving door of housing ministers has kept on spinning for the last 21 years, with Raab actually being the 16th holder of this position. And housing ministers now have a higher churn rate than the manager of the England football team. They've only had 11 since 1997. Play ball! Now, in a sector that is highly visible on the political agenda, with the housing crisis being thrust in our faces every day by the media, the high turnover of ministers serving an average of just 16 months does beg the question of whether this provides a stable political field and a backdrop to see policy proposals actually come to fruition and achieve the government's much publicised goals for increased housing delivery. House prices since 1997 have risen 270% and wages have not kept up. This means affordability has gone significantly down and real wages effectively stagnated, and soaring rents have also meant that it's been harder and harder to save up a deposit. Unless you know somebody who has seen a 270% wage rise, and if so, do send them my way and we'll have a little chat. So we welcome our new housing minister with optimism and open arms. Give us a hug, bring it in, Dominic. But before we do that, we want to look at his predecessors from the point of view of how many houses did they actually build. And in another episode of Property TV, we'll look at what regulations and legislation and bureaucracy and red tape and so on and so forth they introduced. But for now, let's focus on the number of houses built. So you see I have this beautiful pile of books here, Cracking the Property Code. If you've not bought one, why not? Go onto our website now and buy, because it is frankly the best 350 pages of property investment knowledge you will read. There's just a small advert for you. This is representing how many houses have been built. Each one of these books represents 10,000 homes. So we're going to kick off and go through all the housing ministers in literally less than about 60 seconds. Let's do this. Hillary Armstrong, 184,000 homes. Nick Rainsford, 177,000. Lord Falconer, 178,000 homes. Lord Rooker, 186,000 homes. Keith Hill, 199,000 homes. Yvette Cooper, go Yvette, 206,000. Caroline Flint, darn it, 187,000 homes. Margaret Beckett, hello Margaret, 157,000 homes. Not going so well here, is it? John Healy, 146,000 homes. Yeah, that's about right. Grant Shapps, 139,000 homes. Grant. Mark Prisk, 138,000 homes. Chris Hopkins, 140,000. Brandon Lewis, 157,000 homes. Gavin Barwell, we don't know. Alex Sharma, we don't know. And finally, Dominic Raab, the man in question right now, our new housing minister. Hi, Dominic. Oh, hold on. I tell you, these phone calls. Hello? Yeah. No, Yvette, I will send it to you. I just... Yeah, I know you heard about this, but you've got to wait. We've obviously seen the housing ministers and how many houses they built. What we haven't covered is the legislation that they actually brought forward, and we'll do that in another episode. Because we have to remember that some of the housing ministers have been affected by, say, the financial crash. Everyone from Healy onwards effectively was impacted by the fact that the financial markets effectively melted down. So the amount of homes that were being built It's perhaps not as large as it was with our star of the day, and I've got to call her a star of the week because we have a special certificate for Yvette Cooper, which we'll be posting to our office in Parliament, because Yvette, you are our star of the week because you managed to build the most amount of houses for any housing minister in the last 21 years. So go, 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 Yvette. We love you. Now, at the same time, we always have to have a booby prize on Property TV, and unfortunately, the booby prize is this very small medal. Now, we're going to call him a winner only because he did his best, but Alex Sharma, 7 months in situ, it's not looking good for you, my friend, but we're going to send this to you anyhow, and thank you for taking part and actually going out and visiting quite a few sites, because we did see you on the news and we knew that you were trying to do things, but Teresa obviously didn't like you. Don't know why, but these things do happen. So there we have it. 21 years of housing ministers, 21 years of homes being built. And when will the government actually sit up and take notice and put their money where their mouth is? Most of these housing ministers haven't even been cabinet members. Now, cabinet are obviously the people dictating policy and effectively influencing and guiding the country. So if housing is that much of an issue, housing ministers need to be part of the cabinet, and sometimes they are, and sometimes they are. I feel it's important that they are, so that they represent the people out there that are living in our country, all 60 odd million of us, and the housing needs that we have, whether we are a tenant, a first-time buyer, a retiree, an investment landlord, wherever it may be. Everyone has their own certain idiosyncrasies. Is that even a word? Yes, it is. Idiosyncrasies, and also needs and wants that they need to have met. At the same time, we want to keep improving the housing standards. That's only going to happen by concentrated effort and also thinking of a long-term play. So my question to the housing ministers that have been and gone is, what is the next long-term play? When are we going to have a new Housing Act? I think we need a 2020 Housing Act, and if you think that's true too, like it below and comment, because we need to make our voice heard to the ministers out there. So thank you once again for watching another scintillating episode of Property TV. We'll look forward to seeing you next time around, where we will be addressing the thorny issue of legislation and what exactly have our housing ministers been up to in terms of helping our lives become better and also improving standards across the board. Thank you very much. I'm Matthew Mooney. Goodbye.